She was phenomenal. Kei'Mani was a helper. Like, she was older than what she appeared to be. And this is just devastating that I have to go through this for the rest of my life, and knowing I'll never have the embrace of my niece, the "Hey TT, what you doing? When you coming down here?" You know, I'll never get to hear that from my baby again.
That was the grandma and the aunt of Kei'Mani Latigue, the 13-year-old who was found dead in an East Toledo house Monday afternoon following a nearly week-long disappearance. Our Silver Barker caught up with both of them outside of the home on Miami Street earlier today. We're going to have more on that in just a moment. Kaylee?
The Lucas County Coroner's Office has released the autopsy results for the 13-year-old. According to the report, she died from multiple cuts to her neck. Her death has been ruled a homicide. Her father, Darnell Jones, is facing charges. We learned today that Jones was shot and injured by a SWAT officer in Columbus this morning. He was taken to a hospital and is expected to recover. It's still unclear who shot first, but we do know that no officers were injured.
Yeah, police aren't sure why he was in Columbus, but did confirm Columbus SWAT was looking for him or into him for at least 2 days. Jones is facing a murder charge in Kei'Mani's death. It is still unclear when he will be brought back to Toledo.
We've got live team coverage tonight. WTOL 11, Silver Barker, Michael Sandlin, Megan Hartnett, and Brian Duggar have been following this story all day.
And we want to start off with Silver. So, Silver, you spoke with Kei'Mani's grandmother about her relationship with her. What did she have to say?
Right. Well, Kei'Mani's grandmother, Dorothy Latigue, tells me that they had a great relationship and that Kei'Mani was never a troubled young girl. She says, in fact, she was just planning a basketball-themed birthday party for her 14th birthday, which would have been this Friday. She says she planned to have all of Kei'Mani's immediate family close family there. She says the school system that Kei'Mani had previously went to had contacted Lucas County Children's Services on Kei'Mani's behalf and did a case study, but closed it. She says they left a statement mentioning that there's a way to chastise children without physically harming them, in which she says she already knew.
Okay, abuse in whose eyes? Because she was not abused. Yes, she was chastised whenever she was wrong or did things wrong. Other than that, she was not abused. She was not just whooped for no reason or just because I felt like it.
And now we did reach out to Lucas County Children's Services, in which they tell us they couldn't give out any information regarding the cases. And Dorothy tells me the latest that the Child Protective Services came to visit her home was 7 months ago. In addition, while we were previously told that a funeral home is going to help the family, we are also told that those services have not been fully paid for yet. If people would like to help, make sure to visit our website and click on links mentioned. You can donate there and send money to the funeral home. Reporting live in Toledo, Silver Barker, WTOL 11.
As we speak, a vigil is being held for Kei'Mani outside the abandoned house police found her in. Steve Iwanek joins us now from there. Steve, sounds like a lot of people are coming by.
Yeah, that's right, Kaylee. Many have, and people that have stopped by have been stopping to lay flowers, maybe light a candle or leave a card. But most importantly, they're here to pay their respects to Kei'Mani and her life. Now, one of the attendees I spoke with today was Sherry Sweeney. She tells me that she's lived her entire life here in the city of Toledo, and she says the case of Kei'Mani is another indictment on issues she has seen with kids in the Glass City. And she's calling on the community around her to step up and do better for their own.
Show the love, give back to my community in a time like this, because you don't want to see it happen to another child. No family should have to go through what this family is going through in this time of loss.
Now, the vigil is scheduled to run until about 7:30 this evening, and we will have a full recap of today's vigil coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Here in North Toledo, Steve Iwanek, WTOL 11.
Kei'Mani was a 7th grader at Spring Elementary here in Toledo. Today, the school was in mourning following the news of her death. Michael Sandlin joins us in studio with more on that side of the story. What is the district doing to try to help students process this?
Jeff, today counselors and therapy dogs were brought in to help the students and teachers deal with grief. But one student tells me that didn't stop the tears from flowing. I met 7th grader Imani Fisher outside of her school holding up a sign paying tribute to her fallen classmate. With permission from her mother, Imani told me about how sweet of a girl Kei'Mani was. Well, Kei'Mani came from a troubled background, in and out of 5 schools before coming to Spring. Both school leaders and Imani tell me she really flourished at Spring. She developed a reputation for being smart and kind and would help Imani with her schoolwork when she didn't understand it. She also loved basketball and played with the other kids whenever she could. Now, with the news of her passing spread across the school, Imani and her younger brother Keegan tell me the energy in the classroom was very different this morning. Kei'Mani was set to get a kindness award from the school later this week. Her birthday was also this week. She would have been 14 years old. In studio, I'm Michael San on WTOL 11.
Well, in the tragic situations like the murder of Kei'Mani Latigue, it can be difficult for parents to know how to navigate a conversation with their kids. Megan Hartnett joins us in the newsroom. Megan, what steps do parents need to take when talking about something like this with their kids?
Kaylee, it's important to make sure kids have a safe space to ask questions or voice any concerns they may have. Representatives from parents of murdered children say parents should monitor how much information kids are taking from social media and news sources. We are still learning more details about what happened to Kei'Mani, and there are a lot of rumors online. Conversations should be geared to whatever level a child can handle maturity-wise. I was told parents should reassure their kids that this is not a normal situation. Kids should not be forced to talk about a situation like this if they don't want to. But parents should make sure kids have an opportunity to talk about what happened, especially if they knew Kei'Mani.
Making sure that the kids know that they can speak about her, the friends, that they can say her name and they can speak about her and speak about memories, share memories that they have of this little girl and keep positive memories for them. So they're not focusing on her death, but focusing on the life she lived and the life that was taken from her.
As we continue to learn more details about what happened to Kei'Mani, I was told it's important for parents to keep checking in with kids and answer any questions they may come up with. Reporting in the newsroom, Megan Hartnett, WTOL 11.
Now, for the past several years, our 11 Investigates team has reported on blighted homes in the city of Toledo.
The East Toledo structure where Kei'Mani Latigue was found happened to be one of those blighted properties. Lead investigator Brian Duggar has an update for us tonight.
Yeah, city crews were at 1101 Miami Street this morning, boarding up windows and picking up trash, but the house won't be standing for long. We can now confirm the house is set to be demolished within the next 3 months. Now, according to the city, that demolition has been expedited because of Kei'Mani's murder. We have also learned several other things about the property, which was damaged by 2 separate fires in 2022. It was purchased last year, sight unseen, for $4,000 by a real estate developer who planned on tearing it down and turning it into a parking lot. It has been vacant since those fires and has not been repaired. Now, despite that, the value of the property actually climbed $5,000 to $37,800 during the county's recent valuation process. And like many of the city's blighted properties, there is a significant bill attached to the property, nearly $4,000 in back taxes. Now, we talked to the developer this morning. He lives in New Jersey and has never even seen the property in person. He was not even aware that Kei'Mani's body was found in the house, and he actually became pretty emotional when we told him that information. Now, we learned late this afternoon that he is now actually in talks to sell that property. So, of course, we'll continue to follow this angle of the story. But for now, reporting in studio, this is Brian Duggar for 11 Investigates.
One of those people interested in the property is a social media influencer who goes by the name of the Hungry Black Man. Sterix Smith made an online post late this afternoon about attempting to buy the property to turn it into a mentorship home for young girls. He said in the post that he would be reaching out to Kei'Mani's family to get their blessing. When told about his plans, city spokesperson Rachel Hart said demolition plans are still going forward. However, any new owner would have the right to appeal that decision.
It's a story we continue to follow. As we learn more, we'll make sure to keep you updated on air and online. Right now on WTOL 11+, we've got a special on the case, and we have brand new coverage that we're releasing for you later tonight. So please check into that.